Welcome back to Mutant Live at 2015 Body Power Expo at the Mutant booth. Big Ron Parlow here, and great friends of the show. We're good to have you back on. Rob Bailey, Dana Lynn Bailey.
Hello.
What's going on, guys?
The usual expo.
You guys aren't
stuff.
busy at all.
Never.
Hey?
But we always make time for you.
No, it's awesome that you guys dropped by the show on your own accord. I didn't have to like threaten you with any legal action or come up with any sort of reason for you to come here. So it's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
We were just talking earlier. You guys haven't been on since we went to the Warhouse and filmed Mutant on a Mission.
Yeah.
So a lot's happened since then. Right? I mean, you were 6 weeks out from the O at that point in time.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a while ago.
Remember? Yeah, so it's been going way back.
Yeah.
Right?
I forgot about that.
I mean, you guys have been crazy busy since that point in time. That episode went awesome for us, by the way. I mean, I got great reception. I know you guys heard some stuff about it too. People had never seen the full, people wanted that tour of what you guys did there. And so what did you hear from people when they saw it? They were like, wow, it's crazy. Your gym is crazy.
I feel like a lot of people seeing that were able to assemble everything, and it just made people, I think, jealous.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And you guys have it. You have everything under one roof. You know, we're like a ghetto bodybuilding fantasy factory, sort of.
Right. I said it was like bodybuilding Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding meets Willy Wonka, right? Do you have now when you have those camps, do you have the odd person that just wanders off on their own and gets lost somewhere? Or?
No, we don't let anyone wander around for insurance reasons.
Right, okay. And top secret t-shirt designs.
Yeah.
You can't let those get out. Now, so since then, you went and did the O, and then you did the Arnold.
I did.
So you've been like dieting like pretty much straight through that whole period of time.
Yeah, I think I guess I took about a month off. Yeah, I had like October off, and then it was like once November hit, it was like right back into it.
Yeah, and I thought, by the way, you were drastically improved at the Olympia.
I was awesome at the Olympia.
Yeah. Hey?
I prefer, like, I know people, I got second this year, but if I had to pick which year was better for me, it was this year.
Yeah, clearly. No, you were improved. You were
Thank you.
improved in the legs and especially glutes and hamstrings and stuff, you know?
Thank you.
Well, I know a little bit about bodybuilding. I can look at a picture, and, you know? So you're pretty happy with how it all went?
Very, very happy.
And then the Arnold, too, you had a fantastic package there.
Exactly.
So,
bigger legs.
You know, what were you thinking?
Awesome.
What were you thinking coming into the Arnold?
I did my prep a little bit differently. It was more like, I know people change the way they're training. I changed my mindset more or less. And after getting second place, I know everyone was like, oh, they were like apologizing to me. I'm like, you know what? It was actually probably the best thing ever. Like, I don't know, like, being first is great, feels really good, but there was like so much pressure. And then when I didn't get first, it was almost like there was like no more pressure. And then going into Arnold, I changed my training a little bit, and I focused on really enjoying every single training session. I think for Olympia, my training was based, like I was training for the Olympia. I wasn't training for myself, I was training for the Olympia. And I have a book that we're actually selling, and it's my full prep every single day from June 1st till the Olympia. And I wrote notes in there, and I went back and I read the notes, and I was like, there was almost like a negative connotation towards the training at the end. I wasn't really enjoying it.
There's one page where you actually say, this isn't fun anymore.
It was almost like a job. So I realized, I was like, you know what? Why am I not enjoying what I should be loving the most, which is the gym? Well, that's what I love. That was my passion, and I'm not enjoying it. So for the Arnold, I decided, like, screw it, let's go back to the way, like, I started when I started training with Rob. It was max out, like, on everything, like, go as heavy as possible. I was doing PRs.
You were having fun in the gym every day.
I was having fun, and I was probably at my strongest 2 to 3 weeks out. I hit, like, all my PRs, squat. I deadlift 315, which I wasn't deadlifting at all. I didn't deadlift for like years.
I saw all the vids leading up to it. I could, and you were talking about that mindset throughout several times it was mentioned. So yeah, I caught all that what was going on there.
Yeah,
but you guys looked like you were having fun, and you looked like you were having more fun too.
Yeah, you got to train more.
I think a byproduct of it all was she got me back in the gym, because it did sort of turn into this, prepping for Olympia, and it was too serious for me. I go to the gym for a very specific reason, just like everyone does, and it's to, get the day out of me, and
so you don't beat up an employee.
Yeah, so I don't, kill my assistants. And I was able to like go back, and then Dana enjoying it more, and it's actually gotten me training again. So I've been lifting weights for about 4 months now.
Yeah, you've been working out for 4 months. Congratulations.
So it's almost like stop caring about the show, and I do better.
Now it must also, you won the Olympia, and then to come back and get second, a lot of people, like you said, were apologizing. But was it always also sort of confirmation for you that you guys you've transcended where you place? It
doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant.
It really
it's not like your lineup was shorter or your booth wasn't
Actually,
as busy.
it was way bigger.
It was longer.
It was so much bigger.
So
like,
was that...
Nobody cares how I do.
Did you totally know that was going to be the case, or was it kind of just a pleasant surprise, or was there something in the back of your mind?
I knew it in the back of my head. Obviously I want to look good up there, and but at the end of the day, the people that line up for me, they don't line up for me because I won the Olympia. They line up for me for who I am, for who we are, for what we represent. And it's way bigger than any first place, whatever. And it was more or less, I knew that in the back of my head, but I put so much pressure on myself. It was actually like a blessing to get second place. No lie. It was the best thing that could have ever happened. Because there's no more feeling the need, I have to keep the title. I don't know, there was a pressure, and I don't want that pressure anymore.
And you seem to also have a lot of other things you want to do, and a lot of other avenues that you want to express yourself, and the Ninja Warrior is obviously something that everyone's been keeping up with.
Yeah.
And I know you can't say anything about what happened at the actual tryouts, but just give us a little bit of, what you're thinking now that you've done what you've done. The short, was it 5 weeks you trained?
I think it was 3 weeks.
So
it was a total of 6 days of serious obstacle training.
Right. We all saw you climbing the pegboard. Was that day one?
That was day one.
Day one.
Day one was the pegboard. We went rock climbing. I was doing rock climbing with no feet. Oh, yay. The damn wall. That stupid wall. Oh, the warped wall.
See, to me, that looks like an awesome quarter pipe.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is. But this gym, so on the show, they'd have a 14-foot warped wall. So this was actually 15 feet, and it was actually more inverted. and I still haven't got this one. So we went to 2 gyms where I trained for American Ninja Warrior. So this gym was in Westchester, much closer. I'm gonna fail here. It's gonna be horrible.
I never saw this footage. So these gyms are set up for people that want to do this crazy style obstacle course.
Yeah. So touch the top.
So there's something interesting.
That's 15 feet.
There's something interesting about this that I don't think I realized until we got there. So, I mean, you know, when you go for your max deadlift, you walk up to it, you've been preparing for the last however many weeks, and you can't do it. That's it.
Well, you wasted so much strength.
You have to wait another 2 weeks to try again.
Yeah.
This, you would see her progressing in the day. So she couldn't do it at first, and then she'd work on her technique and get better and get better. And it's completely different than bodybuilding.
Is it because a guy like myself already has a technique down, so if I fail on a deadlift, it's just because it's weight?
Yeah, you can't fix your technique or anything like
the
that.
more
It's
times
stronger.
you do it, you're not going to end up.
But you were like on a learning curve there, so you were getting higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
And now, how, I don't know if you can even answer this, but how, you know, everything on the actual day that you went, how many surprises were there? Like, I mean, obviously you didn't get to practice every event. They threw stuff at you.
Pretty much, you don't get to see anything. You don't get to try anything. The first time you do the obstacle is when you're in front of cameras and an audience.
Have you seen the other people run it before you?
Yeah, I
see
did.
Where they
Luckily,
go wrong?
I was like 37, so there was like 30 some other people that I
Right.
got to watch. It made me more and more nervous before I went.
Now, where was this all at?
Orlando.
Orlando,
we were-
in Orlando. So now when you went down, was it at a television studio?
It was actually in the middle of Universal Studios.
Universal Studios. So now, I mean, you guys, you know, the fitness industry is my life. So you guys, I mean, I just assume everyone knows you, right? So you get to Universal Studios, are there people going, oh my God, Dana Lynn Bailey, or are you just a stranger to all these people?
Well, actually, when we first got there was like a couple, some ninjas that were actually walk-ons that I took a picture with, and there was a couple, but majority of the people had no idea who we were. So
Right.
it was like, this is kind of cool.
Right, you're not getting anybody bugging you.
Like, I'm just being left alone right now.
Right,
but
right.
It was a really, really cool experience. Everything about it.
The other thing that's a little bit different is bodybuilding. You're like, if we were stepping on stage, we're competing against each other.
Yeah.
Right,
They're all competing against the obstacle course.
right.
So we're like boys talking about how we're gonna, you know,
Defeat the
defeat the obstacles.
It sounds a bit like powerlifting meets,
Yeah.
because there's a real like brotherhood.
Yeah, and
Everyone
that's-
wants everyone to succeed.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They're all cheering for it. When you fall, they're like, ah, shit.
And you're nudging each other, going, "Man, that corner's hard." Like
Yeah.
that,
And they're
that's
like
the corner.
giving you, like after they go, like I went out on something, can't tell you what, but I go back and I'm telling like trying to give other girls techniques, like this is what I did, and like everyone's trying to help each other out because they want you to defeat the course. It's all, everyone's against that thing. You're not
Right.
against each other.
Right
Which is
now,
really,
does someone
really
come
neat.
out and sort of rah everybody like that, or is it just a naturally occurs within everyone
And
that's
it
there?
just happens.
Wow.
Everyone kind of just cheers each other on. It's really, really
Right.
just a cool atmosphere.
Were there any like oddball outs that were in the corner all by themselves, like shadow boxing? And
That was probably me because I was like, I wasn't shadow boxing, but I was like so nervous.
That was the one thing. She takes everything so serious.
Yeah.
And she was nervous. And so she was not okay. And everyone else is like having fun. You know, they would fall and come back and be like, oh man, that was awesome. And she's like, what do you mean that you fell? Like, that's not cool.
right.
And until like the weekend was over, that's when it really set in
Yeah.
for her. No, this is fun. You know,
yeah.
but she didn't get it, I think, to start. She was really introverted and
Right. So now, how long do we have to wait till we find out, you know, all the happenings?
Well, our season, so I'm season 7, so it starts May 25th. But again, there was like other cities before mine, so I think I'll be sometime in June, maybe the middle of June.
You gonna set the PVR?
Yes.
No, but I think they upload everything to YouTube also.
And then they'll
Right.
In case you- 'cause we don't have television really, so
Yeah. Now, what about what else going on at the Warhouse? I've heard rumors that you're gonna actually be opening a gym inspired by the Warhouse gym.
yeah. So we want to open it to the public, but our facility's not the right facility. So we're trying to find another building, but buildings are really expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm the kind of guy who buys things.
Yeah.
I don't sign leases. I don't rent. I don't lease.
You don't sign contracts.
No,
you don't have sponsors.
If I want something, I purchase it and I hold a title. But warehouses are really expensive. So, I mean, we're shopping and we want it to be the right thing. You know, we want it to, it's our first one, you know, so it has to be right. So we're struggling a little bit, but.
And you're going to make it a public gym.
Yeah.
Now,
at some point.
Are you going to call it, like, do you have a name?
The Warhouse.
You're going to call it the Warhouse?
Yeah.
And it's going to be inspired by what you guys already have. It'll be that type of gym. You want to keep that sort of feel.
The biggest thing is, like, what our biggest problem is creating that culture. And we're trying to figure out how to do that. And it's all going to start with, like, the people that we have representing our gym, the people that are working there. And creating that culture that we want, that like kind of like the American Ninja Warrior, where everyone's doing this together. It's almost like a CrossFit culture, because everyone, you go to a CrossFit gym and everyone's rooting for each other, everyone's cheering each other on, and that's not what like a typical gym is like. There's all sorts of different little cliques and stuff. And like everyone's eyeing each other up, like the big dude like is eyeing this big dude up, and like you're against each other. So it's we want the right culture.
Well, you guys have practiced with that with your camps. So if you can bring that to your camps, I'm sure you can translate it to, you know, the culture of the gym that you build. Now you're still doing the camps, right?
Oh yeah.
Now how often do those happen?
Usually once a month. There'll be, I think August we're doing 2.
We normally put up 4 months at a time.
Yeah,
they sell out in 2 minutes.
Yes, I've heard.
I want to figure out a way to open it up, but we don't have the space. And we don't have extra weekends, and so there's really nothing we can do other than just see it sell out and apologize to people.
And what's sold out? How many?
We do 125 spots per camp, so
125 times 4.
I've had an unbelievable number of people come up to me and say, "I went to the camp." You know, I've had people say, "I saw Mutant on a Mission," and saw the gym. So when I got there, I knew where, like, you know, the leg equipment was, and I wanted to try the row. Everyone talks about the row that we use.
Yeah.
So, you know, that sort of stuff, because I love gyms. So it's cool when, you know, people see it and then they want to go to that gym. You know what I mean? Because that's a gym you can't go to.
Yeah.
You got to go to the camp.
Yep.
You know? So what do you get most out of those camps?
The weirdest thing for me is I actually get inspired. Like, you're getting a group of people that are all there for the same reason. And for us, like, we train in a gym that has nobody in it. It's just me, Rags, him, and a couple of our employees. So it's kind of cool, like, once a month, there's, like, all these people that are, like, going balls out in our gym. So it's almost, like, motivating for us. Like, I have killer workouts the rest of the week. We open it up Sunday, like, the day after camp, and everyone trains. The amount of PRs that happen in those 2 days is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone does PRs.
I imagine. What about you? What do you get out of the camps?
I think I'm learning about who follows us more. It started out as very bodybuilding oriented. So we would talk about tanning. We would talk about, you know, what show to pick, all that. And then we'd open up for questions, and people's questions would be, why does your relationship work so well? You know, these other questions. Because I think if you want to know about diet, you research online and you find out. You hire a coach, you find out. So the people that were coming to our camps, they're interested in life. Like, how did you guys get to where you are? Where do you plan on going next? You know, all the things we're talking about now.
And you always start the story with, I quit the job I hated. Is that where it all starts?
I didn't hate the job.
No.
I mean, we just talked about it. I think I hated working for other people.
Yeah.
I hated not being able to do what we want. And right now, we don't have one contract. We don't listen to anyone for anything.
Yeah.
And that's really
almost
wild.
unheard of in this industry.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to do this right now, like, if we were under contract with somebody else.
Yeah, well, I asked Dorian earlier, you know, I'm glad you were able to get permission to come on, and he said, yeah, I just looked in the mirror and talked to the boss, and he said it was okay.
That's pretty much what we do.
That's the theme for the day, you know? So no, it's pretty awesome what you guys do, and I keep an eye on the reaction you get from things. Like, some of the hate you get, and then you made a video out of the hate posts, and that just went nuts.
Yeah.
And, you put up a picture of you screaming at her and wrote relationship goals, and it had like, 20,000 likes, and just the stuff that you guys get a reaction out of is, like no one else in the industry could put that stuff up and people would really care. They'd be like, well, I want to see a 6-week out picture. You know what I mean? I want to see a progress shot or a picture of your meal. But you guys can put out this stuff like his viral. He's constantly putting up the videos. Are you even aware that you're in half of the videos he puts up? You're like sleeping in the back of the car, like.
I sleep a lot. I can sleep anywhere. But I think that's the coolest thing is like that's why we post everything. That's why we do the daily videos and we do our whole entire life because I think people can relate to that more. Like, not everyone goes to the gym 100% of the day and just focus on the gym. Like, we have dogs, we have a house, we work, we ride our quads. Like, there's so much more to us. We like cars, we go to car events. So by posting all our daily videos, that helps. And it's cool because, like, the people that follow us, they're not all bodybuilders. We have such a wide range of people, from kids to grandparents to little goth girls and like hardcore kids. Like, people follow us for music, they follow us for cars, they follow us because we're hunters, they follow us because we have guns, we have a house, we have quads. Like, we show everybody everything because we're very diverse, and that's why we have such a diverse group.
Now, what other athletic endeavors would you be interested in doing while we're on the topic of diversity?
Well, I'm going to continue to do the ninja training. We just bought like this huge rig for our warehouse.
We just built we're
going to keep practicing. Rob Bailey's going to do it next year, right?
Hey.
He's going to swing around.
I'm going to get down to 250.
As soon as you get the one-arm chin-up down pat, you'll do the ninja race.
Yep. Just watch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he got the Lachey down. That's good. I saw it up there. We're trying to do a little bit of everything. I want to maybe do like a powerlifting meet at some point.
I was going to ask you about a powerlifting meet because I've seen you squatting and deadlifting lately, and I was wondering if that would be something you would do.
I would like to. I'm going to pee myself, but
yeah. I'm sure. Well, you know the right people, right? And Mark Bell can send you a brand new pair of knee wraps for the day of the event.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing. We know so many, like all of our good friends. Like we have Richard Hawthorne or Sam Bird. Like we have people that will help me.
You have access to people that are really good at everything.
Yes,
the best.
We have the access. So might try my little hand at that. Start getting into maybe like some more obstacle racing, like a Spartan race, Tough Mudders, like things that I wasn't doing before.
I could see her crawling through the mud just completely like a Navy SEAL.
Yes.
Right?
Because people don't realize, I am an athlete. I was an athlete my whole life, and bodybuilding shows a part of my athleticism, but it's only showing a part, and I want to show everything. Like, I can run, I can swim, I can do a whole bunch. I can swing through the air now. So I want to kind of show everything.
And it's learning new things.
Yeah.
It's growing as an athlete. To think that we have the ability for her to enter a Spartan race and it's part of our business.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
You write it all off at the end of the day.
Like her training for Ninja Warrior, jumping into a foam pit. I was like, we're at work right now. So we might as well.
As long as you Instagram it, it's completely right. It's a write-off, right? The whole thing.
But it makes sense for our we've worked our business into this thing where it's this lifestyle brand where we can do whatever we want. So why not just do the coolest shit?
Now, I was going to ask you about the term lifestyle brand or motivational brand, because that's what I hear people describe your clothing line as, a Flag Nor Fail brand. Because I remember when you guys first came out, you were being lumped in with this group with the fitness brands, but you've become much more than that. So when did you start hearing your brand called lifestyle brand or motivational brand?
From the start.
That was your goal? Like, that was your intention?
The first thing, I used to try to push it harder. We didn't do a shaker cup. We didn't do weight belts until 3 years in. Because I always fought against, I was like, we're not a fitness brand. Nike's a fitness brand. Our stuff's not, it's not moisture wicking. It's not, so I didn't want to let anyone down when they buy it and be like, well, this isn't any more breathable than
Right,
And
right.
I also don't like the concept that fitness is your life. You know, to everyone, there's so much more to the rest of your day. You train, what, 2 hours a day? What's the other 22 hours? Like,
right.
I don't think it's healthy, and I see a lot of girls that follow her, and they find fitness, they jump into fitness full steam, it consumes them for 3 months, and then they burn out. And I think that's generally with everything. Like, it's not your life. And I didn't want to say this is our life, is just like, you know, sun's out, guns out, or whatever the fuck you want your shirt to say.
Yeah, yeah.
It was bigger than that, you know?
Yeah.
And I wanted people to relate to us on a bigger scale. And that was the goal from day one.
Now, before the show, she was back there having a nap on the floor because they wear her out. But Rob and I were out here chatting, you know, and we were talking about, you know, all the fans and the girls that have really, you know, seen something relatable in you, and, you know, they really were almost for a while there, it bothered you that they were trying to be you too much and not be themselves, which was your message.
Yeah.
So when did did you notice it happening where you thought, oh, they're not quite listening or they're not quite getting it? Did you change the way you were delivering your message to try to help that? You know
I always preach about like having confidence, loving yourself, and liking what you see in the mirror, not chopping your hair off, dyeing it black, and you know, it's not like that's not like if that's not you, that's not you.
If it's
like,
you, it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like don't go from blonde to black, and just because I am. The biggest thing is just like it's okay to find influence in others. But when you start like actually trying to transform into that person, you're gonna lose yourself. And like the biggest thing is just be yourself. Like that's why I guess I am who I am, because I never compromised anything. I never tried to look like anybody.
Crossed your mind to do
that. I get the question all the time, and it's always the hardest to answer because a lot of times I don't know what to say, but people want to know, like, who did you look up to? Like, who was your inspiration? I don't have anybody. I never, like, when I started getting into fitness, like, there was people that I looked at, I was like, I would like to do that because they're on the cover of magazines, but I never wanted to look like them. Like, I wanted to look like myself. I always had, like, my own image of what I wanted to look like. And it never looked like anybody else. And I just kept with that. And I think that's why I got to where I am. So the biggest thing is just be confident in who you are, pull inspiration from others, but never lose yourself within that.
Right. Now, I want to ask you one more thing about your music, because you had a new disc come out a little while ago. How's that going?
Really oddly well.
Better than the first one, or just as good? I mean, what are the numbers?
Everyone is 25% better. Yeah. I mean, we hit 4th on iTunes, which is absolutely unheard of. Because once again, we're not signed with a record label.
Now, at this point, do people call you and go, "Who the fuck are you? What are you doing?"
After my last record, we had record labels contact us.
And what do they say?
They said, "Hey, we want to sign you. We can do things with you."
And you're like,
I said, "Suck my dick." No, because I mean, it's.
They probably never had anybody disinterested before in their life. They've been signing bands that are just clawing to get on a label.
Well, and they have no idea how they do it.
No.
We don't even. It's like we don't even take it serious. I mean, we take it serious when we're doing it.
Yeah, you make music that you are
like he
serious
called me
about.
the other day and he's like, "Do you want to make another record this year?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah, if you want to."
It's not.
And then we'll make a record and we put it out, but we don't. You know, we're not playing the Get on the Radio show. We're not paying iTunes to put us on the front page. We just upload it to the internet.
Right.
And
now, what about mainstream stuff? Is that coming for your music?
Yeah.
More now? Like, you get people calling you to use it for commercials, or?
Yes.
It's been used a couple times.
Yeah, we've been used. ESPN likes us.
Right.
We got used for Under Armour. We got used.
Yeah.
HBO has our stuff, and they, talk to us often about using it, but it never goes through. There's actually a couple movies now that are interested.
Okay.
Once again, so how were we found by that movie? The producer actually listens to us when he trains.
Yeah.
So then when you film the movie, once again, nothing's 100% because we're not taking it serious. So
Right.
if you want to use it, let us know. But if not, whatever, fuck it. We don't care. So it's really weird because I think people expect you to be that hungry band artist, and we're just doing it for fun.
And when some of these record labels call you, they haven't even connected your success in this industry.
No, they have
probably
no
think
idea.
you're living in a little apartment somewhere,
Yeah.
dying for them to call you.
Yeah.
Right? Just
Yeah.
like on Ninja Warrior where they didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I think we're so we have our hands in so many different things. Like, I own a realty company. We own 7 companies.
Right.
So anyone that sees one company thinks, like, well, how does this car shop work? You just build your own cars.
How does that pay the bills?
Yeah, you got 2 full-time dudes putting Viper engines in Supras, and you're
Well,
not even selling the cars.
That was one of the comments on the YouTube, on the warehouse video, was so he just pays that guy to make equipment?
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
For our own gym.
But we've
Yeah.
worked everything together so well that, that's my marketing budget. So instead
Yeah.
of, giving $20,000 to, ABC to run a commercial or magazines, I just throw that chunk of money, whatever it is, at car shop.
Right. Fun.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
No.
We don't have rules. We're just doing whatever the fuck we want to do.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's why people love what you're doing, and that's why I think you guys are awesome, because I love it when people don't play by other people's rules, and I love it when people make their own, and you know what I mean, and find their own way and do their own thing and go, no one's done this before? Oh, I'll be the first to do it. So that's something that I think the industry needs more of. Right now everyone's kind of stuck in trying to sort of find something they can mimic, or oh, this guy's posting this picture, so I got to post this same type of picture. That sort of thing is going on right now. So it's a kind of a breath of fresh air.
When we were designing, we came out with a product called Onward.
Yes.
It's pretty much what we were doing is we were traveling.
I love the commercial, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
The airports and the
Because you
never-ending
travel
work.
and you get worn down, but you still need energy. So we were
Yeah.
drinking coffee and taking immune-building. I can't say. My legal team now told me I can't actually say
Vitamin C.
emergency.
Vitamin
I have to
C.
say immune sick building supplements.
Right,
or something,
right,
whatever
right.
the fuck. I don't know. So I have to follow rules, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was taking all these different products, and I finally called up a formulator. I was like, can we just put them all together?
Like, I just need one jar. Can you just
Yeah,
grind
just
them up?
one.
Thing?
yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I want to have energy,
It doesn't even need to-
build my immune system. But when we were designing it, we came up with the concept of, let's put it in a clear bottle. And that way the label will be clear, and you can see through it. And we told the manufacturer that, like, no, they look horrible. You don't do clear, but no one does clear bottles. And I was like, well, I don't care what anyone does. We want to do a clear bottle. And they're like, we're telling you it's going to look really bad. Well, we're going to do it anyway because we're paying.
Yeah.
And we did it, and that's what everyone's like, dude, the fucking packaging's awesome. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was, no one does this. You can't do it. And it was like, well, fuck you. We want to do it.
Well, I think we heard that about this.
Okay.
You're going to stream live?
Yeah. You're not.
Why would you stream live?
Yeah.
People just come to the booth.
Yeah.
They didn't get it. But, we just did it anyways because that's not the point.
And that's why we come here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We wouldn't come here if you weren't filming. I mean, it's showing that you care about what's happening. You want to give people a better product. We appreciate that, so we come here. If you were just selling nonsense like everybody else, I wouldn't fucking show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not that you're filming and that's the thing. It's showing that you care. It's showing that you guys give more of a fuck than everyone else.
Trying to do something different.
Yeah.
For the people that can't actually make it here, you can be here by watching this.
Yeah,
You can see what's happening.
like I was saying, we look at it as the people that view this video, even after it's uploaded, those are people that came to our booth that weren't able to make it to Body Power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they weren't able to make it to your booth,
Yeah.
but now they got to spend a few minutes with you guys too. So that sort of
You're
thing,
giving
right?
back.
Yeah,
It's a good way to
Oh,
give
is that,
back.
can I actually say that?
Oh, I
That sounds
just
so
broke
nice.
your chair.
Well, because you moved up to super heavyweight, so now you're breaking chairs, right?
Sorry.
Is that how it works?
It's like 138.
Yeah, 138. Oh, you're near the cutoff.
Hefty.
Hey, how do you do the pole climbs at 138? Jeez.
I'm strong.
I'm gonna let you guys go. They've been awesome. They stop by all the time. She even made me breakfast one time. That's another story.
And it was excellent.
It was excellent. First time I ever had cream of rice. Hey?
With Walden's Farm and bananas.
And banana. Yeah, very good. I recommend it. Rob Bailey, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, Dana, wonderful
Thank
to have
you.
you again. This has been a great weekend start. First day of Body Power, first day of Mutant Live. We had Dorian Yates on, and we got the Baileys on. It was a hell of a day. So I'm happy. You're happy. This has been Mutant Live. I'm Big Ron. I'm out.